Welcome back to another video of Makwala Agri. Today our chicken are turning 7 days, which is 1 week. So this is 198 chickens that I'm brooding. So far I have lost 2. So I'm gonna be taking you through what I have actually done in the past 8 days. So the reason why I'm saying 8 days is because I'm gonna be showing you what I've done a day before we start the cycle until today. Stay tuned and see what we have done. So a day before we could start preparing our house, I went to buy chickens at a place where they normally sell for resellers. So this is some of the guys that came with the buckets to buy chickens to resell. So we were so many at this place. Unfortunately, I didn't take much content on that day because it was very busy for me to take content. But regardless of me not taking enough content that day of me buying those chicken and selling and slaughtering and doing all those things, I took the important content for this channel, which it was me preparing a brooding space for my 200 chickens that we're gonna be selling month end 2024 January. So with regard of how much sawdust you should put on the ground, I don't have a specific answer for that, but what I'm gonna tell you today is that put enough wood shaving that even when your chicks scratch the wood shaving, they cannot reach the ground, and make sure that it is enough for your chicken to feel comfortable. So after putting enough sawdust on the ground, here come the second thing that I do. I put my newspapers on top of the wood shaving. Most people have been asking me, do I put the newspapers only or do I put the wood shaving before and then newspapers on top? So here is the answer today. You put the wood shaving, remember, enough wood shaving, then after you put your newspapers. One of the reasons why I put the newspapers is for me to actually prevent my chicks to eat the sawdust or the wood shaving that I'll be using as my bedding. So those are some of the things that I normally put my wood shaving for. The second thing is that I use these newspapers to actually save money on wood shaving. As we were busy preparing our brooding corner, we had an unwanted guest in the house that we had to take care of. We're gonna have problem this summertime. Remember, Limpopo is too hot and these creatures, they walk all over. But we got back and actually completed our tiling. I normally call this tiling, but anyway, we completed our brooding space by applying our newspapers on top of the wood shaving. So remember that you put wood shaving and then newspapers on top. And then we continued. We went outside to clean our board. If you've been on this channel for too long, you know how important these boards are in the circle. So we went outside to actually clean our board, since we didn't clean them from the previous circle. Then my friend was around to help me, and then we actually cleaned this board. So these boards are very important when coming to brooding and when coming to raising our chickens. You will see how important they are along the way. Stay tuned to the video. So now come another important thing you need to do a day before. Make sure that your lights are working properly, or whatever that you're going to be using to brood your chickens, it's working properly. So over here I was actually testing my light and actually putting in my infrared light. Remember, you need to what? Brood your house a day before. When you say brood your house a day before, we mean you need to keep your house warm a day before your chicks come in. So over here, what I did, I placed in my lights to make sure that everything works properly for my chickens before they come in the following day. So welcome to day 1. This is the day that we actually placed in our chickens. Unfortunately, a day before, I couldn't finish preparing my house. Then I had to wake up early hours in the morning to actually complete my brooding house or my brooding space. So this was early hours of the day that we actually placed in our chicken. It was the 22nd of December 2023. So what we were doing here, we actually are trying to put our plastic on the sides as well as separating the house, since our side are no longer working for us. So remember I told you the guys that I need to actually renovate my house and put new curtain on the side. So our curtain are not in good condition anymore, so we had to replace our chicken curtain. But unfortunately I didn't buy new curtain. I actually got this plastic to actually, in the meantime, we're gonna be using it as our chicken curtain. So, and then it was time to actually put feed inside the feeders. So remember that you actually put feed and water before you place in your chickens. So when the chickens come to the house, they need to find everything ready. So I was busy actually putting feed inside my feeders, so that when my chicken comes in, they find everything ready for them. Then comes the moment you guys have been waiting for, the collection of the old chicks. We collected 2 boxes, each box carry 100 chicks. Unfortunately, I was at my brother's wedding when those chickens were collected, but CPT the farmer was around to help my 2 friends to actually place in the chicks. So the 200 chickens were placed in the house. So these are the things that your chicken will find when they've been placed in the house. 1. The yellow water that you see, or the yellow thing that you see inside our drinkers. Most of you have been asking, Makwala, why your water are yellow? What is it that we've put inside the water? So we put something called stress pack, some they call stress guard. What they do is actually to reduce the level of stress that your chicken or your chicks will be having when they are placed in the house. Remember, these chicks, they are very young. It's the first time coming to this environment. They don't know or they don't understand what's going on. So to calm down their nerve, you give them stress pack. You also give them starter as their feed. 4 days later, after we've placed in our chicks, I walked inside my chicken house and then I found 1 chicken died. So 1 mortality was recorded on day 4. Now our chicken are drinking pure water. So 2 days after we actually placed in our chickens, I actually took out the stress pack and started giving my chicken pure water. On day 5, I woke up early in the morning to check on my chickens as it was cold outside, so I was getting worried. So when I go to the house, I realized that my electricity has been finished, so I don't have electricity. And then I actually stole the gas brooder or the gas heater to actually provide heat for my chicken, and then I went to buy electricity. Right now our chicken have turned 1 week, and then they're gonna be eating starter for the next week, so which means that it takes 2 weeks for our chickens to eat starter, and then after 2 weeks we're gonna be switching to grower. So thanks for watching Makwala Agri. Let's support the channel. Remember not to skip any ads, guys. Dango.